Doesn't guarantee, but it gives me hope because it feels different how
Yeah,
I've operated.
exactly. I think the more you talk, you're trying to convince yourself. It's great. It's fantastic. Absolutely. It's
What do you
absolutely great.
mean? What do you
The
mean?
more you talk, I'm being serious. So in the summer, I said that no one knows. You're trying to put people on the spot, Terry, by saying, tell me where Man United is going to be. No one knows. No one knows. And the reason why I said that in the summer, and you remember, guys, when Sam, who should apologize to Chelsea fans for telling them I would rather be with INEOS than with Todd-Boehly and Iqbali. So he should apologize. That's for another story. Another day, he will apologize at some point. Here is the thing. I said in the summer on Straight Facts and with you, Terry, on even the match reactions with the guys, I said, INEOS, you guys are assuming that they are good before they are good. And as of now, they made a lot of wrong decisions. The only right decision is hiring Amarim. Everything else that they did, right? As of this moment, it shows that they don't have experience. They need time to work. They need time to get it right, which is what you said. But however, I am literally not going to sit here and assume that you're doing it right, which goes for Maresca. Everyone was rightfully so saying that Maresca don't have the resume. I can't back you until I see your work. As of now, I don't know how long INEOS has been here, 6 months, 8 months. They renewed Erik ten Hag, then sacked. They gave him an extra year and then they sacked him. They kept Rashford, they kept all of these people, right? They got Amarim and they got Dan Ashworth and it didn't work. As of now, INEOS has more negatives than positives. You asking people, what are they going to be in 3 years? No one knows. They might learn. They might hire someone who is a genius.
Okay, but let me just finish.
How will you talk?
Finish, but then you've obviously made a really big accusation against me that I want to respond to because it's bullshit. But go on, carry on.
Yeah, okay. So you keep talking and saying, I don't know what is going to happen. I am good with them that they fired Dan Ashworth's great, but they got it wrong. Right. So the negative that they got it wrong. He's ruthless and he fired Dan Ashworth. Good for him. But as of now, the indications say that he's going to get the next one wrong as well until he gets it right. Okay. And that is running a football club.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
Well, this is the thing.
How's that fine?
But I'll tell you why it's fine. Okay.
Because the more wrong decisions you make, the more you're digging the hole for yourself. You're digging the hole for yourself.
Let me explain though. But when I say it's fine for you to believe that. So when you turn the one thing I disagree with you on.
No, I don't believe. I never said I believe anything, Terry. Terry, I never said I believe anything.
Terry. Fine then. Then you're just saying things you don't believe in.
No, Terry. I said fact. You got it. You literally, Terry.
You're saying things you've just said. Everything I said, I don't believe.
I never said anything in my belief. So, okay, I never said it's my belief. I said the facts are Terry.
No. I don't want to hear the facts. I want to know what you believe.
No, I'm just repeating what you said.
What do you believe? What do you believe?
Terry, you literally said they got it wrong. That's a fact in your opinion. Is that wrong? Right or wrong? Okay, that's it. See, that's not my belief that they got it wrong. It's a fact based on what you said.
That's okay.
So me responding to you saying, I believe, no. I'm stating fact. INEOS got decisions wrong based on you. Believe? So that means it's a fact.
Yes.
Right? There is no belief from Mo. I'm here saying that the facts are they got a lot of things wrong, more than they got things right.
Okay, so let's park that because we don't need to argue that because I've agreed
Thank you.
They made that mistake. But when you say thank you, this is crazy because when I stated that the way they acted ruthlessly and quickly to get rid of him, that demonstrates a change to me. That's in response to people saying nothing is different now to when the Glazers had control over the footballing element. I am stating they could be right. I'm also stating there is enough evidence to suggest that things may end up being different. Because if you want to speak about facts, isn't it a fact that we have never hired a sporting director and been this ruthless or quick to remove someone who's made fundamental mistakes in their role at Man United? Is that also a fact?
Fact.
So there we go. So you've got a fact that you believe proves that they're probably going to get it wrong again in the future. I'll hold that and say you're right, they could. Equally, you've admitted there's a fact that show they're operating differently to the Glazers who run us into the ground. And there's loads of facts like that. This is what we're here to do, though, is yes, we can present the facts, but this is why I pose the question to people who think it's failing or it's going to show. Where do you think we'll be in 3 years? Do you think they will get it right? Because remember, every sane Man United fan has said, we believe this rebuild to get us back to challenging. And there's so many facets to it. Squad building, the right structure, the right people in that structure, etc. We've all said 3 years minimum until we're challenging. Do you believe, and I just want people to go on record and say it, because if we're going to criticize and go, but I think he'll be challenging again in 2 or 3 years' time, then what's the fucking point of the criticism? The criticism is almost inconsequential if you believe they're going to get Man United back to the top. So I want to pose the question.
I can answer.
Do you think they will? And if so, how long until they get Man United back to challenging for major honours?
Based on the fact that what they did over the past 6 months of the ownership, I don't think they're going to get it right.
And
is that good enough for you?
No. Hang on. Please let me answer. No, yes, because the next question is very important to what you said, because I want to misrepresent you. So slow down. When you say they're not going to make it, can you define what that means for us, please?
I don't think they're going to get Man United to the top as fast as they think that it was just like 2 years. Top means winning or something.
They didn't say 2 years. They said 3 to 4 years, so you can't take time off. So you think they're going to make
4 years?
They said 3 to 4 years to get United back to challenging.
This is too long for me.
No, it isn't.
Okay. Because that means you have been 3-4 years. That means you have been 17 years without being close to a Champions League or a league or even the Premier League.
Arsenal, though, so it should be a bit shorter than that, no?
Potentially. I mean, it took Arsenal from 2019 until 2003 to start 2002 to start challenging. That took them 3 years. So again, it's going to be 2 to 3 years until they can challenge. You don't think they'll do it? How long do you think they will get? And this is why it was important to ask the questions. So you don't think they'll do it in 2 years? I agree with you. How long do you think they get Man United back to the top, or do you think they'll ever achieve it?
I actually, to be honest with you, I don't know. I can't go on the record and say I know. How would I know the future? What if they actually go? My statement was the indication saying that they're going to hire the wrong one again. What if they go and get the right one? Inter were lucky. By the way,
can I just say one state?
By the way, let me give you an example, Terry.
Go ahead.
Some fans, we're fans. Some fans like Hussam, and I'm taking Hussam here as an example. Like Tom. They had seriously, and by the way, Inter as well. Okay. We had no idea. For example, Hussam was like, "No, I don't want Slot. He doesn't have the resume." Chelsea fans, a lot of Chelsea fans said, "We don't want Maresca. He doesn't have the resume."
Lewis himself said he don't want Maresca.
And the thing about that, Terry, is sometimes we look at the indications and we get it wrong. But Correct. What are the indications? This is why sometimes, Terry, it says, rightfully so, we criticize the hiring of Maresca. Rightfully so. Why? He didn't have the resume. Are we proven wrong? Yes. Did we get it wrong? Yes. But at that time, in hindsight, yes.
But I understand that. But the example you're given is different. And I'll tell you why it's different. Because when people were asked the question, do you think Maresca is going to be a success at Chelsea? They said yes or no. I think he'll flop. I think Chelsea will go backwards. Some said I think they'll be amazing. I actually said that I think it's going to go 1 or 2. I was a little bit on the fence with it to begin with. I said it's either going to be amazing or it's going to be terribly horrible. I didn't think they'd be in the middle, but we gave an answer. The point I'm making about the INEOS situation is the criticism you both have given them, I can take. That doesn't bother me. The only thing two things that you said that do bother me. One, I'm not saying what I said to try and convince myself. I think that's a fundamentally ridiculous thing to say to me, because on every bit of content I've made about INEOS, I've called out the things I don't like. I've spoken about the things that I think are morally wrong, like the tickets increases, as an example, ticket price increases, the voucher Christmas bonus thing that the Christmas party didn't bother me. The redundancies didn't bother me too much, because if you've got people that are employed that are not needed, I know it's harsh and people don't like hearing it, but I understand why they move on. I've criticized whether it's them, Ashworth, or Joe Bloggs for keeping Ten Hag. So I've called things out. But there's lots of other things that they are doing at the football club that I like. The speed of action, as an example, the kind of structure they've put into the scouting, some of the youngsters that we've signed, another youngster that's on his way in now. So when Hussam earlier mentioned this young kid we're signing, we signed 2 others like that in the summer as well, which you may be not aware of. Of course, there's all the talks about improving, rejuvenating the stadium. So what I won't do is see 2 or 3 things I don't like and ignore the things that I think are good for the football club. My belief that we'll get somewhere back to the top stems from, I don't think someone's going to invest the amount of money they have and are going to do without striving tirelessly to get Man United up near the top. Even if they're only interested in making money in the future, they have to get Man United out of this mud for them to turn a profit. And I think I have a belief they'll get us somewhere near to the top. But I'm also open to the fact that it may not work. So to say that I'm saying things to convince myself is so disingenuous to my overarching rhetoric when it comes to INEOS, this takeover, and the time that it's going to take. The only other element that I look at and I laugh at it is when people say a lot of negative things about my club, your club, his club, their club. But then you say, well, give me your predictions then. Tell me what you think's going to happen. I can't answer that. Well, then you shouldn't have any, then you should be saying fuck all about any of it. If you can't, at the end of it, give an educated opinion based on the information that's in front of you, I don't understand why you're talking about it. We should all be able, if we believe deeply enough about something, to go on air in front of 5,000 people, as we are now, and criticize it, rip into it, slag it off. We should be able to muster some element of a prediction or a thought or a feeling about the direction that a club, a manager, or a player is going into. That's what happens on every other show when we talk about players, managers, and clubs. Suddenly, when it's Man United, people don't want to nail their flag to the mast because I think in their heart of hearts, they feel that it might go right. But what they're trying to do, like with all the moralistic bullshit that's going on at the moment, I've seen someone today say to me, Terry, your billionaire owner, he could have paid for the Christmas party out of his own money. And I think, do you know what? That stands to reason. It's a good argument. I'm not going to push back against it. If we'd have got the Qataris, they would have paid for it. I went, yeah, now you're missing something here. Because if the Qataris were here, it'd be a different group of people standing upon their moral higher ground saying, yes, they're paying for the Christmas parties, but where does that money come from? Where does it come from? What country is it from? And what are the laws like over there? Like they've done with Newcastle, like they've done with Man City. Man United fans have got to realize whoever our owner is, it was always going to be a billionaire of some sort. And for one reason or another, all of our club owners, right, are billionaires, pretty much in the top six. And no one likes billionaires. It's just different groups dislike different billionaires for different reasons. And I'm just not being dragged into the moral stuff. Do you know why I'm not being dragged into the moral stuff? Because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Because if Man United win the Premier League in 2 years' time, do you think I'm going to celebrate? Yes. All right. I've seen so many people online today slagging off the club. I hate where we're going. I hate the morals of it, the integrity. I bet if they offer you a job on their TV show, you'll go and do it, won't you? You content creators. Oh, you're going to cancel your season tickets now that we're morally inept? No. Why would I give that up for? I can't do the fucking hypocrisy. The same as all the dickheads calling out the World Cup in Qatar. Oh, it's immorally wrong. It's morally this, morally that. What? £3 million to come and work out there. I'll see you in a week. I'm not playing those games. I'm not playing the pseudo-moralistic stuff. So that can be parked for me. I'll criticize the things I think are wrong and I'm leaving it there. But when it comes to the direction we're going in, before anybody would admit mistakes, I am concerned with them. I condemn them for them. But people have got to be able to make a prediction around what they think is going to happen. Get your chest out, put your neck on the line a little bit. Because by the way, if it goes wrong, all that happens is you get a bit of banter and say what you actually think. None of this bullshit of, I think it's wrong, I think they're crap, I think they're clueless, but I have no idea how good or bad it's going to be. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, because